Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, agents. This is your State of the Game for June 6th, and yes, I am Mountie Carl, and I know we're a bit late, but I had heard some rumors from a few people based on Eric's video, and I wanted to go ahead and confirm that. Now, from what I have heard, the rumors are that because of the announcements made for 1.7 and the information given to those ETF members and previous ETF members that YouTube favorites SkillUp and MarcoStyles both plan to return to the division for 1.7. Now, I am unsure if the rumors of SkillUp returning are actually true, but MarcoStyle has all but confirmed it on Reddit because both ETF Alpha and ETF Bravo participants were allowed to have the 1.7 information, although Marco said he just misses the game either way and was burnt out, and coming back means a couple of things for us. Either Massive begged him to come back, or 1.7 actually has some pretty awesome items in it that could be game-changing. We will find out, even though Marco said on Reddit that he was just coming back because he missed the game and it had nothing to do fully with 1.7. Either way, Massive's ability to be transparent is like looking at the bottom of a riverbed after a mudslide. Why are they so hush-hush about a patch coming out in a month or two? Why the secrecy? Because they said they wanted to be transparent with the community, yet we know nothing about 1.7. They've constantly backtracked and done that, and the only people that they've talked about it with is the ETF Charlie members, which apparently did not have any bearing on 1.7 whatsoever, or 1.6.1, or whatever it is. But either way, it sounds like whatever they did with the ETF Charlie members, they are backtracking on and going back to the drawing board and doing something because, well, when 1.7 gets released, they don't want to be called liars when it drops. So, they might as well just keep it secret, and they've chosen silence behind an NDA and just kind of leaked the information through social media influencers that attended ETF Charlie. But they have also given, that special permission to those people. So, and only those people, nobody else can talk about 1.7 except for those people, and they gave it to Eric's as well, whatever that is. So if you haven't watched Eric's video, I would urge you to go watch it, as the information is definitely pertinent to all division players, and it actually makes it seem like 1.7 might be better than what they were letting on at the year one celebration, but they have backtracked on a lot of that. So now on to the actual video of the State of the Game. The first 7 minutes, and actually it's actually more than that, is just Hamish and Yannick and whoever the other guy is talking about audio issues and absolutely nothing. There was zero stuff that was talked about in the first 7 minutes of this circle jerk. There was zero information for 7 or 8 minutes. It's literally them sitting around for 7 or 8 minutes talking about absolutely nothing important about the State of the Game and putting up questions like which ETF was better and which ETF would win in a deathmatch. Who cares? Nobody cares. Like, stop talking because you want to hear yourself talk. There's nothing anybody needs. You wasted 10 minutes of the of people's time. I'm glad the content of the State of the Game contains such amazing content like this in order to make the 40 minutes of the State of the Game feel nothing short of sitting in a dentist chair getting your teeth extracted. Also, Hamish moved and Yannick and this other guy helped him. That's important to the game as well. So let's roll into the actual State of the Game. Somewhere about 10 minutes in, 12 minutes in, they actually start talking about what they can't talk about, which is 1.7. But it will be good, it's going to be good, and that they screwed up, they admit, Yannick admitted, they screwed up the announcement. They used the term fucked. They fucked up the announcement, and they shouldn't have said anything because it got people to shit all over the division. And when they announced something and people said, well, this is shitty, this is a shitty idea, let's go ahead and they're backtracking on that because they didn't realize that they would get such backlash. So after about 10 minutes of talking and saying nothing and then talking about what they're not going to talk about, they started talking about stuff. Seriously, 12 minutes in and nothing about the State of the Game. They just kind of went over basically just talking in circles. So my favorite part was the backtracking by Yannick on the backlash of what people thought about seasons. So it sounds like they went and they talked about it and they said, well, people basically shit all over our idea for seasons, so let's go ahead and and shift it, but they're not going to say, you know, that they jumped the gun and announced something and people didn't like it, so they're going to go ahead and change it. You know, then they decided maybe they should change their minds on it and shift away from modifier version to something else. So whenever they announce what it's going to be, it's going to probably be pretty awesome. So I'm hoping that they took and they moved away from the Nightfall Destiny version of what they were going to do and actually moved it to something else. So seriously, let's just skip over about 20 minutes of what they were actually talked about and go to the stuff that actually affects you. So they are looking into the fixes and issues that are currently plaguing the game, and they're still looking for you guys to report bugs. Like I said in my last video, we are in 1.6.1 PTS and keep things rolling on that. You want the stuff fixed in 1.7, report it and pray that it gets time to fix it. That's all I gotta say. Some of the issues that they're working on, the defibrillator ability isn't working 100% of the time, just like the revive bug and other healing issues. It sounds like there's a lot of healing issues in this bug, so that's really a lot of the stuff. And, you know, some of the issues that were in the game that they know about here, you know, outside of the healing stuff, Intense can set you on fire. So, you know, when you're using Intense, you actually have a chance, if you're close enough, to be set on fire. They do have exotic caches that are now dropping from Legendary, which they weren't before. Rapid is not working properly. Rapid fire is not working properly. Skill haste is, you know, it's working, but it reduces the effect of your healing, which is not a shocker since healing seems to be the major thing that's broken in this game. And it's been broken since the beginning and it won't ever be fixed, but hopefully someday it will. But that's pretty much everything that they talked about. So, all right. So in my last video, and I'm going to go ahead and, you know, if you just wanted to come and hear the state of the game, that's what that is. But for my last video, which was a week ago, which was the state of the blame, because there was no state of the game, and I got messages and a few, you know, death threats, threats to hack my accounts and stuff like that, which have been properly dealt with. I filed the proper reports with the FBI, and actually, you know, it actually provided me with a few hours of amusing phone calls and much laughter. So let's actually talk about the Division and where it's going. There are no new dates for 1.7, and the time frame that they gave us in year one celebration is probably no longer valid. Having 1.7 drop in July is probably a pipe dream. We are looking at most likely August if they are working on some of the stuff that they talked about in ETF Charlie and implementing that stuff into it. So personally, I don't think that too many people outside those who know what's coming actually care about when 1.7 drops, because they don't know, so they're not hyped about it. Because while Massive is hyped about it, Hamish is surely hyped about it, because, you know, that's just, you know, he knows what's going on and what's going to be in it, but they actually don't know what's going to be in it because they don't know what's going to be finished. If they knew it was going to be in 1.7, they'd tell us what was going to be in 1.7. That's how hyped they are. They haven't said anything to make us think it's anything other than a few modifications to the game modes and levels than we've been playing since day one. What I will say is that it is possible that they've added new gear, they've nerfed more stuff, and they're going to add a few things that will create a new meta and move it away from Secret Mines and Deadeye builds. It would be nice to see a meta-less version of this game where people could run around with the gear that they want and feel like they're equal to anyone running any gear sets in the game. Right now, as most of you know, it's really ball season in the Last Stand, and I gotta say this, all the haters who hated on my new Secret Mine meta video and my Deadeye build meta video when I said, hey, here's the new meta, and everybody was like, oh, just because you played it once and saw one guy using it doesn't mean it's the meta. No, you know, right now you guys are pretty thinking how stupid your comments were and that you should have listened and should have started stacking up then. So, you know, for those of you who are meta followers and just run the meta, you know, take it from when I put out something that says, hey, this is going to be the new meta, take it as a sign that it's quite possibly within 75% to 90% assurance that it's going to be the new meta. And I'll be letting you know once the new meta is out, if there is one right now, it's rolly balls and one-shot snipers. That's what the meta is right now. Those are the two main builds. If you've ever been in the Last Stand since 1.6.1, almost 75% of the people are running Seeker Mines. It is ridiculous. I see Seeker Mines everywhere. It is crazy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys this piece of information because this might change things just a little bit. And I'm not going to tell you how to do it because that's not, you know, that's not the purpose of this video. I'm not, you know, giving you guys a glitch or anything like that. I'm going to let you guys figure it out myself because there is a build that rivals both of these because of a glitch. And once people figure it out, and you'll start seeing it on YouTube, you'll start seeing more and more people running it. It involves the Predator set, the 4-piece Predator. But until the glitch is actually posted, that puts the, there's a glitch that shows you an infinite bleed on players and their teams, and it can't be erased by med kits. We won't see too many people running this build until those things are actually out there. But it's out there. It is out there. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 people using it in the last stand, whether they know it or not, and I've died to it because the bleed can't be cleansed. Either way, I'm sure the videos will reach YouTube soon enough, on the video game glitches channel. Just not here. I've given you the information. Now go build it and make it work for you. I don't want things to start shifting to these glitches that are actually super damaged. I've reported it. It's done. Just remember the intense talent from above, and you'll figure it out eventually. So there's definitely ways to do it, and I'm just not gonna sit here and tell you exactly how to do it, but it involves the Predator set and a couple of the talents and something else. So I won't tell you what the 2-piece is that does it. Go ahead and investigate that. So, okay, well, that's my time. I'm going to go ahead and keep this short, as you don't need me to be continually talking. As a follow-up, I did end up going back to the car dealership, and I bought the car that I ended up telling that guy that he could F off. And they ended up giving me the car at a hugely discounted price because the general manager was so upset that I was treated the way I was treated. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch one of my last PlayerUnknown's Battleground stream. I talked about it there. So, but they didn't want me reporting them to the Better Business Bureau for shady business practices. That's just that. So, okay, well, that's my time. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you again for watching. Like this video and share it all over the interwebs, if with your Division friends and whatever. Subscribe for more awesome content, and hit up the Mountie Squad Club on Xbox to play the Division with some awesome people like myself, Infamous, and Darkfather. And Darkfather28, he has provided his YouTube channel. And I've been helping him get that up, just like I helped Infamous get his up. And so just do a search for Darkfather28. I'm going to see about putting his stuff in the end screen here, and you guys will get that going. So for all of us here at Gun Brothers Gaming, I'm Mountie Carl, and we'll see you in the Glitch Factory. Bye.